Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today's video is sponsored by GlassesUSA.com, where you can find over 9,000 different styles of eyeglasses and sunglasses in-house and brand name for up to 70% off retail. GlassesUSA.com cuts out the middle person so that you can get cute, stylish glasses for a very reasonable price. A complete pair of glasses, including frames and a basic prescription lens, starts at $30. Another great thing about GlassesUSA.com is that you don't even have to leave your home. You can try on your glasses using the virtual mirror tool, just like I did, and the glasses will arrive right to your doorstep. And if you're having a hard time finding a pair of glasses, there's a short little quiz that you can take for great suggestions. Shopping at GlassesUSA.com is a risk-free experience. If you're not happy with your glasses, you can return them for free within the first 14 days of receiving them. 100% money-back guarantee, free shipping, and free returns. All glasses also come with a 365-day guarantee. So I chose a few pairs of glasses from GlassesUSA.com. Let me know down in the comments which one are your favorites. I quite like this pair. These are fun. Driving glasses. And now they're sunglasses. Isn't that great? There's a little magnetic feature that allows you to transform your glasses into sunglasses. How about this pair? And finally, so if you'd like to try GlassesUSA.com for yourself, click the link down below for a special offer. Big thanks to Glasses USA for sponsoring this video and for their continued support and for allowing me to make better content for all of you. So today I'm going to be attempting to make a recipe that I found on YouTube, and it comes from a channel called Table Diary. This video has over 37 million views, and I can understand why. It is for cheese bread, but it looks more like cheese than bread. Thick, and it's got a really cheese pull to it. But what intrigues me most is that the bread part of this cheese bread is very thin and crisp. So when you cut it, it has that gorgeous crunch sound and that lovely cheese pull. We've got loads of cheese, we've got starches, we've got a crunch. What more could we ask for? Alrighty, let's go ahead and get started. In this bowl, I'm going to add some bread flour, some milk, some melted butter. It's a little solid because it's cold here in New England, and a good pinch of kosher salt. We're going to mix this all together to form a little ball of dough. Now this recipe calls this cheese bread, but in actuality there's not much bread to speak of. It's more of a crust, a crispy, thin crust. So once we get kind of a shaggy dough, now we're going to knead this for 5 minutes until it's nice and smooth and supple. This is my favorite part of bread making, well, besides eating the bread, because you can really feel the transformation of the dough. I'm just folding it in half and kind of turning it, folding it, and using the heel of my hand to kind of push it forward. What we're doing here by kneading is we're forming gluten, which is the protein in flour, and this is bread flour, so it contains a little bit more gluten, so we can have a little bit more chew in our bread. But developing gluten is really important in yeasted breads because the gluten is what allows the dough to stretch, to capture in all those air bubbles, actually CO2 bubbles, carbon dioxide bubbles, that gives us the crumb or the kind of porousness of the bread. But we need this gluten not for that reason in this recipe, but we do need the gluten to be developed so that we can roll it thin enough that we get that really crispy shell. And then we're going to wrap this and then let it rest in the refrigerator for 1 hour. While my dough is resting in the refrigerator, let's prepare the filling. The filling also contains potato, mashed potato. So I've got a medium-sized potato right here. This is a Yukon Gold. When making mashed potatoes, it's really important that your potato is fully cooked so you do not have any lumps. Just take a toothpick and plunge it in, and it should go in very easily. No resistance whatsoever. In the video, they use a potato masher to mash the potatoes, but I like using this tool. This is a ricer, and it makes for very smooth mashed potatoes. And the way it works is super simple. I'm going to cut the potato a little bit so it's not so big. Place the potato in the ricer, basically like a giant garlic press. And then just squeeze it out. Isn't that great? Whoosh. I actually got this potato ricer to make a German dessert called spaghetti ice, which uses ice cream and this tool to make it look like spaghetti. It's very cool. Oh, yeah. So to this, we're going to add some Kewpie mayo. 2 big dollops. And just mash that all together. And the mayo will give this some salt and some added richness. Beautiful mashed potatoes. Boom. We're gonna roll this out into a 22 centimeter or 8.5 inch circle. Ooh, rolls out beautifully. We are at 22 centimeters or 8.5 inches. Now we've got some mozzarella cheese, nicely shredded, loosely packed 1/2 cup, about a 2-inch border around the cheese. Now we're gonna take that mashed potato we made and add that to the top. And we're gonna make this into a bit of a patty. Can you hear the leaf blowers in the background? My gosh, it's like a constant droning. Leaf blowers. I actually like raking. I feel like it's like the outdoor equivalent of sweeping. I enjoy both of those tasks very much. And shoveling snow. I love shoveling snow. Alrighty, so we're gonna add another 1/2 cup of loosely packed mozzarella cheese right on top. Now we're going to draw up the edges of the dough and make a little parcel, pleating it all the way around, giving it a stretch. It's like a big dumpling. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Look at that. Now this is important. We want to pinch and pinch and pinch and pinch and pinch all these seams. Take the time to seal this up. So this is what our parcel looks like now. All the seams have been kind of pinched together. Now we're going to flip it over and we're going to roll this out some more until it fills the bottom of a pan. And that's about, how big is that? It's about 8 inches in diameter. Being very gentle. This may not need it, I don't know. This is the first time I'm doing this recipe, so maybe you don't have to be as gentle as I'm being, but we can turn our burner on to very low heat and brush the inside of the pan very liberally with butter. Speaking of butter, here's a little story. So growing up, we didn't really have butter in the house much. We didn't have toast and stuff much. And I remember my neighbor coming over and somehow we had Rice Krispies and we had marshmallows, but we didn't have any butter. And all we wanted to do was make microwave Rice Krispie treats, but alas, we had no butter. And my neighbor was kind of shocked by that. She's like, "You don't have butter?" And very carefully transfer it to the pan. Very small sizzle. Turn it around and make sure everything is buttery and happy. In the video, they serve this on some crumpled parchment. So here we go. I think that has the effect of maybe elevating the bread a little bit so it doesn't get soggy. But in reality, I just wanted to crumple up a piece of parchment paper. Alrighty, lovelies, it's been a few minutes and I believe we are ready to give this a flip. Oh, before we do that, we need to brush this with some more butter. Now we're going to take this and give it a flip. Yes! You gotta be very assured and assertive when you do that, but still gentle, right? Calm. That looks beautiful. Okay, lovelies, I think we're ready for the final flip. Here we go. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. Onto a piece of parchment. Let's finally give this a cut while it's hot and hopefully crisp. Here we go. Mind. Oh, I did hear it. It's not as crispy as Table Diaries. Oh yeah, I can feel it, but I'm not getting that beautiful crunch that they had in their video. Alrighty, my lovelies, let's finally give this a taste. Definitely cheesy. Already, itadakimasu. I'm disappointed because I didn't get that big crunch. It tastes like cheesy mashed potatoes with a little bit of dough, which essentially this is. But what I'm really missing is that huge crunch. Perhaps I didn't roll the dough out thin enough. It's very, very thin. And there's plenty of cheese in there. The mashed potatoes are delicious. I like the addition of the mayonnaise in there. It's steamy hot and delicious the way hot mashed potatoes and cheese are. But I'm really disappointed that I didn't get that crunch. But that looks pretty amazing, doesn't it? Let's try it with some honey and see what that's like. It's a good combination, but I actually prefer it without. The honey kind of is overpowering and it's very sweet, which I love, but a little bit too much for my cheesy taste. The recipe for cheesy bread that has 38 million views. It's tasty, cheesy mashed potatoes with a dough shell on the outside. I'm disappointed that I did not get it crisp enough. Perhaps I needed to use a higher flame, but if you've got some time, if you're into cheese and potato, this might be the recipe for you. It actually doesn't take that much time at all. And if you could get the crispness down, then I think it would be absolutely stellar. All right, my lovelies, thanks as always for joining me, and big thanks to Glasses USA for sponsoring this video. If you'd like to get a special offer for glasses, click the link down below. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoy that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Check out my website. I'll include a printable version of this recipe. And like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! Honey, 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 honey.